a little bit tricky with their comp, although there has been a little while, in particular since Alter Ego was playing this map. So I'm looking forward to this series. Should be a pretty good one. Both of these teams changing things up, making adjustments, and doing some funky stuff with their comps, whether they're leaning a little bit more into the double dually boys, or we're going to see more inits on Alter Ego, for example.
And we'll have to see if whether or not XGOD continues the streak here onto Pearl, especially starting off on the attacking side. Pistol round, here we go.
Yep, there's the A main take. Multiple stars, haunt up over the top. Salvos secure it. Nice and easy. Fade confirms that XGOD are in the middle of the map for now. So Alter Ego have A main control and a pretty good read of what the attackers are doing. And as expected, some pretty slow attacking side. You're going to take Arc control and shove the middle of the map with the Boombot and the Nebula. And Fluky's got a lot of control. He's just walked straight up the guts here. And XGOD looks like they're just going to turn this into a 1-4.
Even has access through waters as well. Fox already pretty much spotted his Nakia, decides to back away. Garnet S leaning towards stairs. Adrian King has a shot, and it all lines up deadly for XGOD. It is indeed a disaster at the moment.
That fell apart so quickly. Fluky does have the paint shells though, and he's been given the spike. He's committed highway robbery, but he's going to stick around for more, and that might end up being a mistake. Nice trade from a drinking. Man's on for the ace.
And Fox, 15 HP, and a crossfire already set. It all fell apart just as you said. And my gosh, Alter Ego positioned so well there.
Took that A main control. I mean, I like the XGOD's position, honestly. Like, the Rays walked through the middle of the map for free. They had so much space up art. And then the drone confirmed, as well as the util off the rip, that it was an A main setup. Like, XGOD, I felt like they should have been able to read that setup and work their way through the mid round nicely, but it did not work out that way. So good stuff, Alter Ego. Adrenaline King's already absolutely cooking. 4 kills in the pistol. And once again, this A main take, but XGOD contesting it with pistols, and that's a beautiful flash.
I won't stop there. They're going to be stopped in their tracks by the gravity well. A little bit of a pause, but damage done with 2 HP forgotten and 1 gone.
Yeah, Nakia over on this deep info line on the Marshal, though. Might find Niz, who goes looking for some info and finds the Yoru, confirms that they have lost all of that B control. So that's good info for the attackers here, and Fox with the Guardian in hand is a scary prospect.
Holding on to the trigger, knowing that it's a clone. Gate crash. Maybe try to get one, especially Garnet S already low. Oh, Should has a beautiful angle here, but fails to land the right shots. KRX, there's the punish. Nakia, though, is gonna get a Marshall hit in a second into a third! In a
30 seconds
span of 1 second! It felt like XGOD had that round, and now it's just over. Because of Nakia, because of the Marshall. Niz, slowly creeping his way into Hall. Is spotted? Is not spotted, actually. And that's why he's able to sneak his way in. Now knows there's one onto heaven. With 9 seconds on the clock, still has time. Godin is 1 HP. Remember that. With a sidestep into the headshot. Niz salvages this round for XGOD.
Congratulations.
Show me the player cam. The man was on his feet. Surely we're going to see it in the replays. I wanted to see his celebration. Absolutely gorgeous 1v3. And it starts off with this awkward exchange in towards A main. Teo caught out of position off the back of the Yoru flash. Nice multi-frag on the Marshall. Gets him very close to a dimensional drift, but it's going to leave a bit of a sour taste in your mouth to get eco'd here. Oh, we didn't get to see it. Unfortunate. Can confirm man got up out of his chair. Fist bumps were definitely on the cards. Third round in a row, Alter Ego's taken this A main control, and KRX good pick in the middle of the map.
Spotted by the drone for sure. Fluky takes advantage of that. Even a satchel right in. Spray down kill onto Adrian King. Saw you. Beautiful shot on the Sheriff. Make that a double. People are popping off here in this match, but of course, there's still XGOD in a comfortable numbers advantage here in Nakia, trying to find an opportunity.
Let's see if he can take some guns away. Don't think he's going to be causing the same level of upset that Niz just got. Unless he's able to hit another Sheriff shot. Put down nicely by KRX. And 2 guns taken through for XGOD. Continue along on their attacking side. They've been given a lot of space in the middle of the map in a couple of these rounds. And Alter Ego has taken A main control. So my big question is really, when do the attackers go towards art and doors and try to abuse the fact that there's no Killjoy and they're playing Vice Comp? And when does Alter Ego change up the opening of the round? Because they've just had the same start of the round every single time. They're going to do the same thing again. They're going to take that A main control early on. But looks like XGOD is going to keep things simple here. Going to go towards B long. The Vice setup is over here. And after taking A main, you already see big rotations from Alter Ego.
Yeah, there's a stack of the Vice Astra utility. Gonna be quite deadly if they don't bait that out.
We talked about the patch notes. This is why Yoru Vice is very popular in the meta right now. And why that fake out is more expensive. That is a free shear taken away just from the Yoru clone.
Time to jump.
Gate crash, possibly into halls. Phaser Vine activated just to stop the possible attack. It is quite clear. Looks like it's going to be a 5-man retake, but there's 2 members traveling from Art to Connector.
Nice open plant. Alter Ego, the longer they take to get in on this retake, the harder it's going to get for them. Paint Shells is going to take one away. Seo trades it back, though.
Exactly. Here comes Thunder's Fury, activated now by Fox. Just clearing every single one from spawn. CT and Should has other plans, though. Eliminating the Yoru. KRX has an angle. Tries to flick the shot, but it won't work out. Niz, I don't think they have an idea that somebody is still there. Caught out of utility. It Should takes advantage. Foxy knows that this is a stack. Tries to out-utility them. Tries to buy time. Trying to jiggle peek. Runs out of bullets. Forced to reload. And there it is. Godden is going to secure the defuse, and Sayu finishes the job as well. Now it's dead even 2-2.
Oh, he did so much damage to all of those players. Just couldn't finish them off. And all of that damage is for naught. Alter Ego bringing 3 guns away. And XGOD, that's a big missed opportunity because that was a nice open plant. They go 1 for 1. Fox gets value out of the Hunter's Fury. They had a double lurk in play coming down Connector, and they still couldn't win that round. Not quite sure what went wrong for them. Alter Ego just can continue with the same setup. They just bully that A main control, and the Vice is left on B. And again, I just have to say it, like, when is XGOD going to recognize there's nothing in the middle of the map here? This is just free control. This is free real estate right now. You've got both of the units trying to figure out what's happening. You're Teo droning or you're, prowlering through the middle of the map to keep things active. Beautiful double from Nakia there in A main.
This has definitely been the setup for Alter Ego for, you're right, for the past 5 rounds. And it's finally rewarded by the early frags by Nakia. Sayu already has an angle as well. Straighted by Niz. Godden is there to follow up. Now, the spike is in the middle of nowhere. KRX trying to surgically remove and find the isolated fights, but little did he know, there's somebody right in his back. Adrian King finishes the job.
Yeah, I think for XGOD, like, they're trying to tackle this A main control head on by fighting, but what they're really having an issue with is just the fact that the double unit is getting all of that info. You have Teo drone sees absolutely nothing. The Fades just posted up on doors. And so there's no reason for Alter Ego to really leave that A main setup. Like, they've still got 2 or 3 players committed over there. Really nice double from Nakia. So I think for XGOD, you need to see some level of adaptation. Like, they don't need to keep tackling this A main control head on.
Take flight.
Absolutely. Maybe that's the reason why we get to see a high-low setup over looking at Art at the moment. We'll see if that is going to be realized. Find out real soon as Fluky's gonna be able to try to peek. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Here comes a double kill from the page shells as well. Sight's not exactly clear just yet, as it is gotten with the hero rifle in his belt alongside Should. Here comes the satchel right in. Good thing KRX is there for the trade. Seal Garden now available, but now it's a 2v3.
Yeah, two-man advantage for XGOD here. Should is very low. Nakia with an outlaw is not the situation you want to be unless XGOD is giving you free peeks. But they're not. They're very disciplined. Stars down on the site now.
Yeah, probably gonna be forced to just save. Maybe Nakia can try something.
Player standing.
Increase his chances to get dimensional drift a bit sooner. But Should is just going to back away and respect that.
Yeah, that's kind of just unlucky, to be honest. Like, I like the high-low for exactly that reason. Like, the aim main has been the point of contest round in, round out. You see the adaptation from the XGOD. They just go straight through the middle of the map. They've had art for free multiple times. So Alter Ego just doubled up on an off angle. And then XGOD, it's like really weird, like shoulder peaks into negative space. Where you have a high-low. Like, what are these peaks? You know?
Yeah.
Like, who peaks like that as well? You've got 3 or 4 players, but they're like jiggle peeking nothing. And it works so perfectly. I don't know if they had some kind of read or whether it was just weird movement, but I feel for Alter Ego in that round, because that's kind of the round where it's like, I like the setup that they had, and it did absolutely nothing, and they just instantly lost the round. And now they're in a pickle.
Yeah.
Money's broken. B long control taken by XGOD here. And this is where you see the adaptation for Alter Ego. It's fake A main control, and they take the entirety of the middle of the map. So they're going to have a really, really smooth retake of this B site. It's just the Vice over there yet again. And Alter Ego with a lot of information here. Fake out baits out the shear. And rotations start to come in.
Yeah, you can see movement already, but not totally everything. They might want to set up a possible flank. Here comes Cosmic Divide activated. Garnet S already with the Dimensional Drift as well. Fox gets a bonus kill onto Nakia, but looks like the rest are going to be coming from Connector instead for this retake.
Yeah, this is such a big position from Garnet's here.
Oh, shit. Nice dodge. What is happening?
Oh.
It's dead. This flash just didn't expire quite yet. Garnet S doing the due diligence just to check beyond the walls.
Save.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. All right.
They're out of there.
That was a round of all time. This has been a very weird game of Pearl.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is because it's Pearl. Like, this map just needs to, like... I don't know why Fracture's going out, not this. Honestly. This map and Abyss, bane of my existence.
That is a mood. That is honestly a mood.
At least in pro play, it's decent. In ranked, it's like worse. Ranked is like attackers just licking paint.
Yep.
Not doing anything for like a minute and 10 seconds, and then it's like, oh guys, I guess we've got to try and do like get into the site. Just no one gave me an aim duel.
Taking the entire tour on Pearl. Yeah. Well, Alter Ego, I guess the question is, what would be the adjustments this time around? It looks like they want to play a bit aggressive onto B-Long? Question mark.
Looks like it. Got the flash set up for Nakia. He probably just wants to try to get himself a pick and then TP out. Drone goes in for XGOD.
Oh, the drone, will it spot? It was destroyed immediately. Before anything else, but the flash will reveal, and Fluky is just so ready for that peak. Unfortunately, the play onto Pillar is not going to work out. Even investing on Nightfall as well, only for Adrian King to fall down. And now Gotten is spotted and exposed.
Nice open plant. Free sight for XGOD. They are dismantling this B-side defense time and time again, tucked nicely into backhauls. It'll be very difficult for this 3-on-5 to do anything at all. It might just have to be another save.
Unless Should able to open things up. Let down the stars. Garnet S repositions onto long. It is going to be quite the fight. KRX in the middle of the chaos. Finds two. Eliminates the rest. Sayu, though, keeping this round alive in a 1v3 situation. Armageddon still available, but not a lot of time in his shoulders. Unless he gets the lineup, but no. Fox able to just destroy him nonetheless. XGOD continues their streak.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury is online now, and its attacking side for XGOD is going fantastically. And this is where I'm like, is the veto correct? What on earth is that? Get that off my screen. That is so cursed.
That's so
Oh,
terrifying.
God.
That's a little bit of a jump scare. Observers.
No, what the hell, man? It's midnight and I'm all alone in a foreign location and you're doing that to me. Like, I'm getting nervous. I mean, this is Alter Ego's pick. XGOD's undefeated on this map. And they've opted to start on the attacking side. So for Alter Ego, this is where, like, you're starting to question your veto decisions. I feel like, to be fair, a lot of XGOD's results are, like I said, regional in Challengers Thailand.
Yeah.
Sorry, well, I don't even know if it's called Challengers Thailand anymore. The Thailand league that qualifies you for here, which is where a lot of crack teams, you got like your NKTs and Sharpers and all those boys. And then, you know, the promo relegation. But still, they've got a good record on this map, and Alter Ego's picked it against them. And so far, not so good. I think XGOD seen them have a lot of easy times on this attacking side, and Alter Ego, this comp change is not particularly working out for them just yet. Might do things better on attack. I mean, given this is a bit more of an attack-sided map anyway, so maybe if they could just scrape a few more defensive rounds together, they're going to feel fine about it. And they might have a better game plan, move over onto the second half. Once again, it's initiating Util trying to read whatever is happening in the mid-round. Yoru Clone trying to bait out the sheer wall, which is not placed on B long yet. Should maybe holding that for the mid-round at this point, if he wants to throw it down there at all.
Adrian King thinking about throwing the haunt. Might spot out KRX in the middle of it all, but it's already past that area and already towards doors anyways.
Very split eco, like half buy for Alter Ego. Just looking for information. Gotten sees them going ahead and taking a main. He sticks around for more. Dink for dink with Fox. Doesn't go well. Bulldog versus Vandal. Absolutely no fucking Fox given there.
30 seconds left.
Here comes the rest of the squad towards A anyways. It's quite clear it was split, and yet it was so decisive. Fox already by the stairs, ready for post plant. Armageddon could clear things out and could be the momentum breaker that Alter Ego badly needs, unless Nakia wants to invest Dimensional Drift. Maybe not just yet. Armageddon might suffice. The decoy coming through, but Fluky, beautiful kill onto Sayu. Might not even stop. A spray after. Deadly. Deadly shots by Fluky. Even a 4K to end it all. They're feeling it. XGOD is on a roll.
This guy's insane.
Yeah.
Showstopper online now, and the Hunter's Fury. That's a lot of ults for the defense. I mean, that was a pretty uninspired half-buy from Alter Ego. They would just split up around the map and then just kind of like a half-hearted attempt at the retake on the A side. So now they've got the guns in hand. I need to see some level of adaptation. Like, you got to show me why you picked Pearl here, because this is just looking a bit flat. Fox hasn't even bought armor. This game's been so easy.
That's true. Just full on to the utility game. It has been working out time and time again. Now this time it's a different approach by XGOD. Distracted by the Razorvine sounds. Here we go. Here comes the execute solo Yoru as well. Alongside with the spike with Niz has. Gonna get slowed down a little bit by Fluky. Sorry, by the gravity well, but it's a okay.
Yeah, Alter Ego taking connector here. getting the Steel Garden ready for the retakers, and once again, a really open plan for XGOD, and they still have the Hunter's Fury for the post plant.
Able to hide from all the smoke. The Dimensional Drift even utilized just to try and scout, but Niz again takes down Shud. Sayu with a quick trade. KRX again inside the smoke. He's done this time and time again and is unpunished. Hunter's Fury, just to make sure it causes chaos. Leave them from the spike. They are sticking the Sayu still on towards the defuse, and he's not going to budge. They're able to recover from all of this because of the Cosmic Divide.
Gotten playing with them as well. But as it elapses, very nice retake for Alter Ego, just comboing the ults perfectly. Armageddon across backside. Dimensional Drift clears out everything. Steel Garden is kicking things off. I mean, to be fair, if you're throwing 4 bloody ults at a retake, you better be winning the round. Cosmic to secure it as well. Can't be playing off-site in the retake when you got a Cosmic to the defensive side. So XGOD, I think, needed to kind of have a little bit more foresight there and maybe flank con or something like that. A main take yet again here for Alter Ego, and XGOD are starting to get sick of that. They're just going to go ahead and shove art. Prowler confirms it, and they're just going to go ahead for an A split.
Oh, Godin playing aggressively here inside the smoke, possibly as Fox spots this out, decides to back away. He's surprised to see that there's 3 trying to greet him, but still sight secured. Adrian King onto Flowers. He's going to spot Garnet S first, therefore dealing the first blow. KRX, though, ready at the trigger. Decides to probably retrack Crosshair as Fluky gets a double. And is the only one left here. Things are a little dicey as the spike is in the middle of backside.
Already seen one phenomenal clutch from Niz, but not going to be enough this time. Adrian King's going to close it out, and 1 round left in the half. This is a bit more like it for Alter Ego now. They're starting to make some adaptations post-timeout. They lost the half-buy, but every gun round after that timeout has been very solid. Round number 10 comboing the ults on the B retake, and that round really recognizing XGOD's tendencies. They've just done the same thing too many times in a row, leaving Fox solo in A main. Alter Ego just run at him, bully him, and then deal with the art split after the fact.
Yeah, and I think they're extra confident now in taking extra space from A main. That definitely punishes the solo player from XGOD. Here comes Sayu with an off angle over here, looking at Art. The smoke's not going to save him this time. KRX gets a trade swiftly. Shud is going to get scanned onto backside. Will he move? No, he's going to stay in position as the Arc Rose is going to save him. No, Fox finds and lines up a shot.
Opening kill onto that side anchor. Nice open plant for XGOD. Set themselves up for that retake. A Drinking's got to get something done from the mid flank here if they're going to have any chance of this.
Already looking at Art. Yes, sirree. Fox, though. There you go. Niz. Steel Garden again utilized, but is all too much for Nakia for sure. Against 4. This is going to be a tall order. Niz even ready with a shorty. Nakia try to clutch this one out, or maybe reduce the numbers, the guns. He's going to be successful with Garnet S. Nakia gonna look at an angle, but there's just too much. XGOD still continues the streak and the lead here in the first half.
Yeah, nicely done. 7-5 lead for XGOD, so good stuff from them, but a couple good adaptations from Alter Ego after their timeout. Let's see what their attacking side looks like after the halftime break. Yeah, I think 5 on defense is acceptable. Now we'll see what they've got planned for this attacking side. Looks like they want to try and take double doors, and there's already 2 players here for XGOD.
Quite a swift execute here. Even the salvo fighting Nakia. Should gonna take down Niz as well. Beautiful stuff by Alter Ego. No hesitation whatsoever. Even finding a scan onto Heaven. Fox, though, unable to stop the onslaught. Should still not stop and still not leave in that area.
Now, Alter Ego's looking locked in on this attacking side.
Oh, yeah.
Defense was a little shaky, but they are definitely sending a message with this pistol.
Exactly. The lack of hesitation really spells a lot of confidence here on the side of Alter Ego. And Nakia even unfazed by some of the pre-firing Garnet was trying to do. Trying to clear every single corner. The crossfire is eliminated. Beautiful stuff by Alter Ego. They're gonna catch up in no time.
Never.
That was
show
way
weak.
too clean. Really,
Yeah.
really nice attacking side of pistol. Like every piece of util here, every shot was clean. I mean, Flawless says it all. This is a great connector take.
One enemy remaining.
Dalbo's flushing that player out of the little cubby there. Arcros blinds at least one. You get the double entry down con. Nice sight smokes to cut off the rotators, and then it's just GG.
Yeah.
Time for an anti-eco for Alter Ego. Start to get rolling on their attacking side of Pearl. We can see why they picked this map a little more.
Definitely,
I mean,
it's all
the kind
about.
of team that. I'm waiting for them to win this kind of tournament. Like they've been right there for ages.
True. That's true. They're a very established organization, including players for a while now in the Valorant scene. But here we go. Though Alter Ego already inside the side. Nakia tucked into this corner. Fluky trying his best to find an angle in the little pixel
enemy
of
remaining.
angle with that smoke, but unfortunately, no.
Oh.
Not giving any sort of opening whatsoever to XGOD.
Even
Don't
had two
stop
players on
fighting.
the
You
ghost,
must
and that
keep
looked
going,
that
even
looked
if
really
it
clean.
doesn't
I could have sworn that when you said fluky, you said pookie. he's our little pookie.
Pookie.
On the race. I love to see it. But yeah, like I was saying, Alter Ego for me, like they were right up there with Boom,
True.
like pushing Boom close. Now look how good Boom is. And unfortunately, they've played like the DSG core with Crazy Guy multiple times and lost in like that lower final. Like, it's got to be getting frustrating at this point.
Yeah. Always felt like they were going for, you know, when playoff comes around, it always feels like a lower bracket run. Always so close yet so far kind of situations
Yeah,
for Alter Ego.
They even won that Predator tournament where Boom
Yeah.
and Secret got grouped. And it's like, come on, guys, let's go. They've got like such a successful core and consistent core over like such a long time that, yeah, I'm kind of like, if it happened, I would be like, yeah, expected, to be honest.
Right.
See how they go on this bonus. Gonna take con. Looks like they're priming themselves for a B split. Garnet's looking to try to contest that on the Yoru here. Force the TP backside.
Actually, Nakia with a multiple flash. Garnet's awaiting into Hall with his own clone. But they might redirect their attention into A instead.
Portal closed.
Yeah. They've got the Vice on the active
30
lurk
seconds
through
left.
art side, spots out the sheer. Rotation's coming in from the XGOD though. And they've already got both the Astra and the Vice here. This may not work. 20 seconds.
They have to catch someone off guard onto spawn. Should though, just gonna peek into Flowers. Fluky deals first blood, angling the shots,
Spike down.
as well as Adrian King.
10 seconds
Niz finds a trade. 8 seconds. They have no reach. The spike is lost. In translation, no time, no angle, no nothing. And Alter Ego came so close with the kills, but not the spike getting down.
Yeah. I think overcooked a little bit with the mid-round calling there, but at the end of the day, when you're running your bonus round and you end up taking 4 guns away and even survive with 1 player, that's honestly not the worst outcome for Alter Ego. I know it looked messy and they ran out of time there, but they took almost every gun away from XGOD. And as they move into round 16 here, like you look at the brass tacks of the economy, and the attackers are actually in a better position economically right now
Locating targets.
after that
Especially-
whole exchange.
Especially, whoa, the scan. But it turns out there's just a lot more than Garnets could handle.
Yeah. I mean, Alter Ego, these are the kind of things, you play attacking side Pearl against XGOD's comp, you know that they have to contest. They're playing single Enid. They're relying on Astra and Vice to do a lot of the anchoring, and it's going to be Yoru and Raze looking for duels in the mid round. So you're always going to play these early to mid rounds quite slow as Alter Ego and try to punish that kind of aggression.
And punish they did. B is open. Fluky might get a double kill here. Retracts his steps. KRX follows up, and that's a double. Now things are a little dicey now for Alter Ego. They're inside the site, but they're lacking in numbers.
Nice open plant from a drinking. XGOD going to go ahead and take the rest of the map. 3-man flank from B long. Fox left behind solo inside connector.
Everybody gonna be pre-positioned, looking for players that's gonna be coming from A, but guess what? XGOD took the long way around from double doors instead. Fluky, first contact with 37 HP, trying to scan for a soul. Instead, we'll tap into the spike. The pre-fire's gonna do it. KRX finds a shot onto Sayu. Adrian King still onto Hall. Quite the pesky member. Making sure to buy some time. KRX already sticking the defuse, by the way. And they're going to be successful at that. 9-7. Even cleaning the rest up from Alter Ego by Fox.
Yeah, I mean, just overlooking that connector aggression. I was just praising them for punishing Garnets in the early round. But in the mid round, they get completely caught off guard by the judge in double doors. This was a great start. And then that is just like they're looking at... What are they even looking at? Top mid? I'm not really sure. I liked Alter Ego, the post plant that they played as well. They got an open plant and they flipped the map and took CT, but they still couldn't win it, unfortunately. So Alter Ego reset and XGOD once again giving them some trouble on the map that they picked into this series.
It looked a bit promising a few rounds earlier, but XGOD felt like they're adapting much faster. Sayu already activating the drone here. Let's see if they're able to take advantage and take a peek. Maybe Nightfall, perhaps? This is Fluky! Beautiful outlaw shots all around Nakia. The stinger spray down as Niz will exact revenge. Fluky activates Showstopper, tries to find a pick, doesn't hear a single thing, but it doesn't really matter. Because it's only Sayu, the only one left, the side of Alter Ego. And it's going to be double digits for XGOD.
Yeah, especially if they keep 4 alive here.
Well,
easy as you like. KRX one off the Steel Garden off of that kill. Cosmic's up. Dimensional Drift is up. Alter Ego onto another buy round here, but they are lacking in terms of ults. There's some big impact ults that the defense can use to win this next gun round and reset the economy again, and that's where Alter Ego are in very dangerous territory, Riku. Like, this game could just be done and dusted if the defense uses their ults correctly over the next couple of rounds. I
agree. This could definitely snowball, for sure. Steel Garden, Hunter's Fury as well. Influx, multifrags, Fluky. Spider sense is tingling. Oh! Nakia takes a bit of damage there. Tries to dodge the flash, but it's not gonna work. Sayu will deal first blood. KRX
punished on the aggression as well. Things go from bad to worse, and this is what I was talking about. This patience for Alter Ego working out a tree. Even should. That's a freebie for him on the off angle. Because XGOD's comp, they have to push in the early to mid round. They can't just sit and anchor like you can with a lot of the double Senti, Astra comps. They're playing double duelists at the end of the day. Honestly, this would be the perfect round where they didn't really need to do that because they had great ults to be able to use as retake tools.
That's true. Instead, it was these force duels. Fox, beautiful scan. If it does appear, but the aggression is just too much for the side of Alter Ego. And this is the only one left here. Try to maybe find a kill or something. Tries to transfer, but the overwhelming force of Alter Ego is a bit too much. And Alter Ego's catching up again.
Yeah, nicely done. They've now got their own Cosmic and Armageddon and one off the Steel Garden. So I think XGOD have honestly missed an opportunity there. Because now they've allowed the money to build up a little bit more. As Alter Ego picked up that gun round with a couple surviving. Like, XGOD really could have just played like a retake scenario or a little bit better of a setup. Invested like Cosmic Dimensional Drift or farm the orb for the Steel Garden and won that round and reset the money, and they probably just win the game right there.
Exactly.
As it stands, they're going to be forced to work for it a little bit more. Alter Ego taking that A main control. Nakia picks up the orb. He's now one off the Dimensional Drift, so if they wrap back and run the orbs towards B, you can just use that to kick off a B execute.
Love the adjustment coming from XGOD with the operator for Garnets. maybe that might translate into something, a pick perhaps for a big 4v5. But he's just all in his lonesome.
Yeah. I mean, he just wants an opening kill with the AWP, and then they play the retake with their ults.
Cutting through.
It's kind of the game plan for XGOD here.
Oh. Not gonna reveal himself just yet, but the smoke's gonna block his view. Still need to be patient about this. Decides to go up the top of the box. Dimensional drift. Operator's gonna get spotted. As Nakia just tries to scan for halls into spawn. Into heaven as well. Go!
I mean,
Whoa. Fluky.
not ideal.
Go ahead.
Garnett still repositions onto Hall, removes Sayu off of the equation as Adrian King tries to salvage this round, tries to find a pick, equalize it somehow. Dimensional drift, a target is gone, and now it's 10 seconds on the clock. It's pure chaos happening right now. It's Steel Garden adding into the pain. Should is trying to cover fire. The planter is gone, and everything is in shambles on the side of Alter Ego. XGOD. Beautiful retake for them.
This is such a weird game.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's...
I mean, XGOD gonna combo the ults to win that round. Dimensional Drift and Steel Guard are super solid, but there's way too many positions that go unchecked there for Alter Ego. And then the Yoru TP into Heaven was like, what? That was a bit weird. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought you invest a Dimensional Drift there, it should be pretty free clear out of the site. And then you establish yourself a nice after plant and play whatever your game plan is from there, because you know that Alter Ego has a couple of ults to come in on the retake there. You've scouted out the op, so you should be able to recognize what the setup is. You know what kind of ults you're going up against because you've gone up against them multiple rounds in a row. And that's where you'd like to see, you know, either they disrupt towards spawn side or they wrap back around connector, because the game plan is very clear from XGOD. They're relying on the op to get a pick, and then they're going to use their ults in the late round. But instead, we just had this mess where the Yoru gets free picked,
Yeah.
and then they don't clear backhauls, and then the opposing Yoru gets a free pick from the op, and for some reason we're 3v5.
Yeah,
So I think Alter Ego are kind of kicking themselves a bit here.
Yeah, it was the
'Cause they
solo
had
Yoru too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on there. Like, they kind of had a lifeline in round 18 where they're able to win with 3 surviving, and then that round afterwards, and they're instantly reset.
Yes, with their economy. Wow. Zero hesitation. Instantly spelled death for Nakia. Our only duelist in their composition.
Yeah. And now it's spam initiated util, and okay, spam one through the doors. To be fair, Fluky has just been fighting doors every single round. It literally does not matter. It's him against the world right now, and it's pretty 50-50, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, feels like it's part of the Alter Ego checklist now. Make sure to spam those doors.
Back over to A main now. We've left Gotten on the lurk. XGOD gonna clear Art in the mid round. They hear all of these salvos towards A main. Gotten gonna remain patient here. Maybe try to go for the backstab. We'll see how much XGOD want to clear mid while this ATEC's coming in.
That's a good question. At least there is Gotten ready for the taking. Fox at least with the trade. But it's a 3v3, still anyone's round. Here's Hunter's Fury now activated as well. Garnett has an angle. What a shot. Absolutely knows that somebody's going to be coming from behind here. And it's just one after another. Even trying to find a shorty shot, trying to prevent the spike from going down. And that is going to be the shock dart ending Adrian King's life. XGOD on match point, and they get to keep the operator for the next.
Last chance for Alter Ego. I'm just not very convinced by this map pick. I think this has been a very strange approach to the veto, and they're getting exposed a little bit here. They picked Pearl into a team that hasn't lost it, and they have not looked convincing on either half, really.
Their fears betrayed them.
Looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be back to the A main contest. Big commitment to
Where
it.
are you?
XGOD quite happy to play retake in that part of the map and rely on both the Astra and the Vice util. And in the meanwhile, they've taken all of B long and all of the information over there.
Yeah.
Just
Nothing
gonna
spotted.
Post up the Yoru on that info line.
Nightfall available real soon for Adrian King. They're able to find one important pick, but they already pretty much removed,
Drone going out.
removed, what do you call this? Fluky off of, double doors.
Creeping up outside.
Bring them down.
Going to keep the rotations honest and push off of door as well as throw down the nebula. So you've got to be concerned about the middle of the map here for XGOD. Dark going to confirm no one made it through doors though, which makes it pretty obvious that this is going to be an A split. Although Fluky's still concerned about water here.
Absolutely. There's a period of time where double doors wasn't spotted at all, but it should, and the rest should lead the charge. Razorvine's gonna divide the site a little bit. Is Nakia now in position to get Adrian King the spike down? Fluky though, inside the smoke, trying to be really sneaky, but Nakia instead retaliates. Still remaining, still spotted though by Nightfall, and is taking advantage of. Fox though, able to at least get a frag from Flowers. Should. Oh, Garnets! Even though he lost, the angle still re-angles himself nonetheless. Now everybody's gonna be coming from A main, one coming from Art. Not a lot of time here. Fox able to tag up the gravity well at least. Process of elimination here for Fox. Garnet's trying to tap on towards the spike, but things are just a little too much. Shisai finishes the kill. Alter Ego, they're slowly getting back into this game.
Killing them is easier
Yeah,
than
those are the
ready.
kind of afterplants that they want to end up in. Similar to what I was kind of talking about in the first series on Fracture, where you have an init comp with a ton of util in the mid to late round versus a double duelist comp that's trying to retake a site there. Like that, it's just very difficult to do when you've got solo units Sova and you're playing Raze Yoru. If you don't find any success in the early to mid round and you end up in like an even numbers or even a numbers disadvantage, like open post plant, it's just very difficult to make that work. So XGOD going to take a timeout. Got 3 opportunities to close out this game.
Yep.
And upset their opponent on their map pick. Keep their 100% win rate going on Pearl. So far 4-0 coming through the Thailand quals into promo relegation. And this would be a pretty nice win to get on the board as well against one of the kind of mainstays here in Challengers C of Alter Ego.
Yeah, that would definitely be an amazing momentum booster for them, especially they lost their match in series up against Sharper Esports. They're, building up a rivalry here in Challengers SEA. They got 0-13 by Sharper on Lotus. But they're able to recover anyways. But it does show that they're still trying to blend in all the parts that they assembled here for their roster here on XGOD.
Drone going out.
Teo drone going to clear out B-Long. Oh, that's
Whoa.
unlucky. Fox just kind of on the jump spot gets one tap through the nebula. But at the same time, I mean, I think he only had a pistol and we're on a kind of an eco half by round for XGOD, so not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, Fluky, the only one with the hero rifle here, is KRX. It's the first time they're trying to push. Should, though, be able to use the Arc Rose as Fluky gets a shot onto Nakia. A delayed trade, but a trade nonetheless. Sayu and the rest just probably going A instead.
Looks like XGOD are staying one step ahead of that. Rotation's already heading in that direction. The Guardian of Niz kind of the main thing you have to be concerned about.
Very true. Already ready backside here. Silence is deafening for Alter Ego, or rather for XGOD. Here comes the execute, the salvo just to remove the rest and flushed everybody out. But they can't see a single thing. Should have gotten though. Gets a kill on their own. And Fluky's still pretty much alive. Showstopper activated, but gets shut down by Sayu. And they're so close to push for overtime here. Just 2 more.
If Sayu does not hit that headshot in that half a second, that game's over.
Yep.
Showstopper will end him every day of the week. What a beautiful flood in from Fluky. Paint shells up over the top. Gets himself a multi-frag and Showstopper online, and just Sayu just hits the exact shot at the exact perfect point to keep Alter Ego in this game. Took absolutely everything out of them, but they got it done. Dimensional Drift and Cosmic now online heading into this gun round. For both teams, actually.
Exactly.
Fox on the jump spot. Got railed on this exact angle last round, and in we go. Both of the attacking side ults already invested just to try to speed up this post plant. But you bet your bottom dollar that XGOD are going to invest their own to get back in here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like how Nakia decides to not push for heaven anymore. Fluky though, quick on the trigger, but gets punished off of utility by Gotten. Good trades all over the place. No one has the lead just yet, as the spike has already been planted, so Alter Ego is a pretty decent shot at pushing this to 11. Now, the stars are aligned. There's one playing up close, and that's Should. Garnet's gonna come from behind here. And the Cosmic Divide once more just to block off these shots. Nakia again goes unpunished from Halls. KRX finally shuts him down. Garnet's the opposite side of the wall. They will not hear this at all. And it's only Gotten, the only one left as KRX tries his best. Garnet's is not gonna clutch this. Just a few seconds left. But Gotten finds it. They were close to this overtime again, Pilski.
It's just another huge play from an Alter Ego player to keep them in the game. But this is what I was talking about when you recognize what kind of ults the defenders are going to use to come in on this retake. Like, it's all about positioning there for Alter Ego. They're doubled up in con, tucking themselves into backside. They know exactly what that retake's going to be looking like. Garnet takes a million years to get on the rotate there. He stuck around in A main for an extra like 20-30 seconds. And still that round almost works out for XGOD. Now the B main contest. Out comes the Teodra and forces Yoru off the line and spots out Fox on the jump spot. A weaker buy here for XGOD. Much better opportunity for Alter Ego to push us into an OT. Fox copping a shot from the Outlaw. Barely clinging to life here.
Dropping spike.
It's very, very intense.
Time to jump.
XGOD has been stuck at 12 for quite a while now. And Fox is able to spot out Nakia slowly creeping up into pillar.
Alter Ego really running the clock down here. They pressure B long.
Bring them down.
Push the Sova off that info line. They know no one's playing in A main. XGOD very much just saving their util, tucking themselves back into sight. They've still got multiple stars.
Find you.
Darts up. Paint shells. They've got flashes for the flood. Lots of util pressure for King is pulling multiple rotations in the direction of this A side, but it's going to be a B ending here for Alter Ego. There's the Armageddon across backside. KRX is going to find a King on the other side of the map, though, so a man's advantage for the attackers.
Fluky though with this off angle. This is going to come in huge! Takes out 3 before he falls, and that's going to be enough for XGOD to try and secure this 3v1 Steel Garden. Force the plant close, and KRX is going to drop from heaven, and there you go, no overtime for Alter Ego.
Into a team that has already gotten a dub on this map, because that's what was kind of making me scratch my head. Looking at this veto, it's like Alter Ego are picking Pearl into a team that hasn't lost it, and now XGOD is picking Ascent into Alter Ego, who have not lost on this map yet, given that their initial game was somewhat close, you have to say, against Talent Academy.
Exactly. I mean, it feels like it's poising. It's going into a possible map number 3, but it's too early to tell. Let's see how XGOD does once again. Starting on the attacking side here. Going through Catwalk first. Nakia looking onto tiles, but Garnet's just very, very confident moving over to this, but there's a crossfire being established, but they're just much faster. Adrian King is able to at least get a trade, but a headshot and the spike now is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. KRX losing his life over on the extremity though, and there you go, Alter Ego. What a pistol. Adrian King just completely ripping that round open from Catwalk. That was going disastrously. They lost the opening pick, and then Karnas catches a player waiting to play anti-flash to go for a cat peek. And then this 3-on-5 is just turned on its head
One enemy remaining.
by Alter Ego so quickly.
Very strong pistol showing for the side of Alter Ego. Felt like they were caught in multiple crossfires there. Perhaps a main would be the point of contention now for the side of XGOD.
Maybe looking to farm up and all or something like that. A little bit of a flash dash trying to set the waylay up for a kill with the shorty, but no one's playing close. It's just a retake setup, nice and safe with the waylay up on Heaven. High-low on Cat's side. And Alter Ego is playing a pretty safe, defensive kind of anti-eco setup.
Absolutely, they don't want to lose too much. Let's see though how XGOD can make Alter Ego a little nervous. Get to see Should though finding KRX sheer jump right in all at the same time, going across market perhaps. Doesn't see anyone just yet, but the door is closed.
Smoking to B main. Just slowing things down. Alter Ego, you know, they've got that A main control. Nak is tucked into wine, so they're feeling quite confident to just kind of play defensively. Lean, give the middle of the map. Just let XGOD make the next move.
Yeah, they don't have to look for anything. They can just take proper positions. B seems to be the most likely case. It should already at Marshall at hand with the shot. Sayu as well. A lot of heavy artillery just awaiting this death pit being established. 6 seconds of the clock. They're trying to plant the spike. If they get the plant down, that would be a nice little bonus, but Alter Ego's not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, just not making any mistakes. Forcing the attackers to make the first move and chucking themselves into very safe, high percentage crossfires. See them keep the marshals over into this bonus, and they've kept all 5 guns invested into the bonus into round number 3 here. So XGOD with a little bit of a weaponry advantage going into this one. Does seem like once again they want to contest A main early on. Just bully that control. And once again, Alter Ego with a bit more of a passive approach on A main. Just dropping the KO knife, conceding A main control, and posting up from Heaven.
Ooh. Little bit of a transfer rotate coming from Should there. Are really reading this. Light speed onto Jen. Adrian King though is safe and okay, but the smoke is just going to really block everything and firing shots. Nakia finds a lucky one. KRX is the sacrifice. And now they're forced out of there.
Yeah, this A main control into execute has gotten completely pulled apart by Alter Ego. Beautiful positioning from the KO on Jen. See the power of that underarm flash as well. I mean, it's always been good, but it's gotten even better with the equip time buff. What do you do? 3-on-5 here on the verge of losing the bonus. We're just going to try and dry contact Catwalk and hope for the best, but there's already a high-low.
Ooh!
One enemy remaining.
Very amazing shots coming from the side of Gotten, and just like that, XGOD unable to react at all.
3-0. This is the best possible start to defense. Even better than what they had against Talent Academy here, Alter Ego, because last time around they lost the bonus.
One enemy remaining.
So yeah, I mean, this is just like where you're looking at the video, you're like, what is the purpose of picking a 10 here, XGOD? I mean, I was like questioning it for Alter Ego when they looked shaky on Pearl, but I haven't seen that many great ideas from XGOD here on their map pick, and they know that they would have had to start attack first on Ascent.
Yeah.
They're just going to once again start with a 1-4, secure A main control. Vice has been left on the lurk.
Gonna fall back here.
Nakia and Gotten. I don't think they're able to spot KRX moving away. So at least there's that.
It's got the whole middle of the map.
Oh! Jiggle peek! Oh, KRX is so close to death's door and finally secures the shot. Garnett's already inside the area, but
Spike.
at the same time, it's a 4v5 and an eco at that. Lots of potential collab happening, but this is going to be a tall order for XGOD to hold on out.
Yeah, so much vigil to complete this retake. It's going to be very hard for XGOD to hold here.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Oh, Armageddon now used, including the salvo, and that's exactly it!
Light munition.
Fluky though with Garnets. They have other plans in mind.
One
Fox though
enemy
with a
remaining.
flank onto short. Garnets still trying to find Nakia, the last target at hand. Trying to crouch onto triple to not reveal anything at all. And a
Wow.
thrifty win for XGOD.
That util usage was absolutely beautiful. Double salvos with the Armageddon in the post plant, even though they were a player disadvantage, much worse weaponry. That is the power of the Teo utility right now. Look at this.
Wow.
Double salvo with the Armageddon all the way across heaven, and you can't complete that retake as Alter Ego. Like that, they just got absolutely shredded going back into the site. I don't think I've ever seen it look that clean.
Same here. Now we know why. They have this really good playbook in mind. Nakia with the operator just got shut down by Niz.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for... That's like one of the most common peaks right now. And if you don't
Oh,
have
no.
that market player, keep an eye on that TP. We'll hold that forward. They're just going to, again, just dry execute into the site. Once again, got isolated on Hell's side. XGOD really getting rolling on attack now, Riku.
Exactly, Garnets.
One enemy
Opening
remaining.
everything up. Fluky to follow up as well. Things are not going great on the side of Alter Ego. After a 3-0
planted.
start, XGOD seems to be ramping up slowly but surely.
Yeah. That half buy win, and then you lost your operator player for free off the back of the Omen TP or double stack. Like the tiles peak, like I said, the tiles peak very common to go for at the moment on Ascent. Whether you're running Waylay or Jet or even Yoru with the TP active. But the Omen TP onto the double stack is kind of the direct counter of it, and it has been for a long time, even going back to just like the Jet meta on Ascent.
Oh,
So you trying to hold on to this op. You can see XGOD very heavily hunting for him. They don't want to let him hold on to it. No one's checked spawn side here though.
no one at all? Maybe Garnets? Oh no!
He's got it.
Not Garnets.
So
Well-
that's a nice tool.
Yep.
Especially after how that,
I
like,
need a
the
drop.
first pick with the operator, like, that's a feels bad, man. You know? You pick
Yeah.
Cat with the op, insta lose it, lose the gun round, and then you get, like, one more op for the rest of the
Last
half
player.
on defense if you don't save that. So that's actually huge for Sayu. What are these jump scares? This is unreasonable.
Well, the laugh that got off there was just really fun. Gotten is safe for now. Still tucked into wine.
Have you
But
seen,
XGOD?
like,
Uh-huh.
have you seen, like, perfectly cut screams?
I got the spike.
I have not, but I've seen them a few times on like
Yeah,
in social media.
that's what
It's pretty
that is
funny.
what that was.
It is exactly. Oh. That should be added into the compilation. Oh, converted paths now activated. Another force out of there. Gotta respect that. Garnet's climbing on towards heaven. Should, though, gets a kill of his own, including Gotten. The refrac's gonna send him right back into Cat as they now decide to go and rotate to B.
Yeah. Sheer, though, is going to reveal that that's happening. Fluky trying to get on his straight to the side.
Ooh!
Off the cross, that's the
Spike
spike
down
drop.
B.
Nightmare stations here with the Omen TP backside as well. XGOD
Last
trying to
player
pull the
standing.
wool over Alter Ego's eyes, but they just end up kind of running all over themselves, tripping up. Untenable situation for Fox. I mean, it's a perfect paranoia. Beautiful defense for Alter Ego. Like, XGOD, that was a nice set play. with the convergent pass straight up short, and they try to kick off the A split, but Alter Ego was all over that. We have the replay there with the refract. Back towards mid to B. You can see XGOD trying to change things up in the mid round, but they get picked apart there, so a bit more of a defensive kind of positioning here for Nakia. He's waiting for that Omen DP, pushed off the line by the salvos. Double dash up over the top here. Garnets could lose his opening. Ends up surviving, baiting out the sheer wall. And now we'll join up with the rest of XGOD.
Drone is down.
Different kind of approach here now. Oh, Fluky. Adrian King, though, gets a double at that. Massive, massive play. No duelist anymore for the side of XGOD. And this is going to be quite the difficult round now.
Yeah, big crossfire in Cat. A little bit of a bait setup off of Nakia's AWP here. Adrian King, they know he was around here, so they shouldn't be too surprised that the K is tucked in the corner.
Oh! Not gonna hit, but finds Adrian King. Both will jump peek. Nakia has to give up the angle a little bit. 3v3 still anyone's round. Spike has been acquired. 10 HP now. Armageddon now utilized. Nakia still not stopping.
One enemy remaining.
With these killer shots with the operator. Hey, Rex all alone. Only having 20 seconds left. Having to face 2 players onto heaven. As soon as he looks away, looks back, and it's death greeting him. Alter Ego still keeping up the momentum for themselves.
Yeah, keep on rolling. 3 players surviving. And despite a couple of nice, really convincing looking rounds in a row from XGOD, Alter Ego getting themselves going. I mean, Adrian King is just kind of dominating this catwalk fight. You saw it on the pistol and again here on the gun rounds. Just continues to have impact in that position.
Their Tejo.
Another buy coming through here for XGOD. Heavy on tile side.
Ooh. Nakia really likes this angle. Forced to use light speed, but bumps into the wall. Garnet punishes that. And now mid is right open.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a beautiful set play. You saw them do the exact same thing last round. The double salvos dislodge the up. Arc Rose with the double dash just completely catches Nakia pants down. And now we're going to kick off the A split into Gotten, who's all on his own.
Execute might happen soon. Looks like Alter Ego decides to retake mid here. Nakia, or rather, Garnet. Gotten finds a beautiful timing. Armageddon now utilized. Salvo as well, just to double salvo for both of these Teos. Generator reposition, as now XGOD decides to go from a different angle instead. Gets rewarded by a kill onto Shud. Niz is able to carry the spike all the way towards B. Fluky wants to make sure that he's not spotted at all to get an extra kill. Now he is exposed. Now he doesn't know where to go as Sayu spots him out.
We're done. My ultimate's ready.
What? Guess what? There's another layer to this. KRX and Garnets have this very far crossfire. Gotten the only one left in all of this. Finds the right timing. But guess what? Garnets is just right there, and Niz as well.
Yeah, Garnet's just on the active lurk towards B. Completely wins that round for XGOD. They had the Omen ult in the back pocket as well, so they just dropped the spike over to the Omen. Garnets walks into an open B site after this opening to the round as well, and despite the fact that they conceded a free pick there, walking up Cat, XGOD make that pivot back into B look a lot more convincing than what we saw in the other round, where they kind of just tripped over themselves and lost control of things. Back down onto the pistols now for Alter Ego.
Seems that they're anticipating Nakia every single time here on mid. Fox, again, with the buffs onto KO. Fox is going to be fearless with this pick. Can be resurrected quite quickly or placed into sacrifice. Leave him alone, Niz, though! What was that? With the transfer inside the smoke! A did not see that coming. Garnets as well, aiming for sights for kills. And XGOD, they're on a roll themselves.
Yeah, this mirror matchup is crazy. Like, both of these teams win rounds that don't even look close. You know what I mean? It's like XGOD will absolutely win a blowout round, and then Alter Ego will win a blowout round. It's like, I wonder if this is just how this comp plays. It's just like super explosive like that. Alter Ego gonna take a timeout. They have had a couple of good rounds, but some of these like set plays and very quick rounds from XGOD, it's like, it blink and you miss it. Had the KO going up the guts there, and the rest of the team is on A so quickly, and the Waylay can just take so much space with the double dash. It completely throws your sense of timing off, because you kind of, with a Jet, it's well established. You kind of know where the Jet can and can't be to some extent, but the Waylay's getting in some pretty ridiculous positions, like very early on in the round, and catching defenders coming in for the retake completely off guard on off angles you really wouldn't be expecting.
I agree. The coverage of refract and light speed in combination to that is just adding so much pressure and so many possibilities to maps like Ascent, where it has been the same for so long, and you add agents like Teho and Waylay, it completely changes the map and how you play the map completely.
It's a completely different map in the current meta, for sure. Totally agree. Oh, and this is like a new take on the DRX, where you like go straight down tiles and wrap, and in the meanwhile, XGOD has just instantly executed A with the convergent paths. Should try to go for a step through this point here. Oh, it goes through! This guy's lost his bloody marbles!
Able to at least get one before he falls. He's stuck in a very odd position anyways. KRX established that Steel Garden, establishing the Arc Rose as well. Already anticipated Garnets might be there. Similarly to the previous round. Knife still activated. Can't assess whether or not there's going to be a lot of Hell players. Convergent paths as a retaliation as well. That's a lot, but the smoke is buying them time. Gone with a kill onto Fluky. Sayu as well, hiding onto Jen. And there's a peek from Niz. Sayu with a defuse attempt now. Paranoia just to make things interesting. 1v1, Omen versus Omen. It's now half. There is a bit of time. Niz, though, playing around with triple. They're circling around. And there's the Colette from Godin. While it's half, that means there is time. Nagy still bridges the gap between XGOD.
I don't even know what happened that round. That was chaos. I love that little DRX though. From AE. You just see the double dash straight down mid with the salvos, and you get the B wrap as well. They take the whole map, XGOD executes A, and we end up in just this retake scenario very, very quickly. And this good luck with this one. This one's going to be absolute chaos in B main.
I'm excited. But the knives might throw them off. Even the flash took a little bit of time, but Nakia gets the job done. Even a judge at a hand. Niz shuts down the onslaught. Sayu, guess what? They're still there. Make that a triple with the Guardian. Headshots back to back to back. AE ain't stopping.
Last round in the half.
Read that really well. Haven't seen any quick B set plays from XGOD this entire half. It's been mostly kind of slow defaults. They've only really hit B after A pressure in the mid round. So that fast B set play is something Alter Ego read very well. And XGOD goes, all right, well, you threw rock. I threw rock, you threw paper, but you're not going to throw rock again. I'm going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes the salvo. Nakia ain't stopping. Once again. Light speed out of there. The reposition. Respect that. Razorvine to just slow things down. Niz is going to cancel from the shadows. And spotted, but KRX might lead the charge. Steel Garden now baited out. They have to get out of there. And they will. Oh, flash to re-engage, question mark. Niz is able to Shrouded Step onto Market. Should, though, knows this is happening. But no choice for Niz but to go forward, but is eliminated. Crossfire between logs into lane as well. This is going to be a tough cross for XGOD, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. It is going to be Fox, though, eliminating Should. But with that said, KRX against 3, I think it's impossible. AE still wins this one into the first half.
Yeah, beautiful
Switching
4K from
sides.
Nakia. Steel Garden really shuts that down in the mid round, and XGOD, the B set plays did not work well for them, unfortunately. So let's see how they go on their defense as we head into the halftime break here.
Spike down B.
See if this continues. So head on over to the pistol.
Taya drone goes up the middle of the map. You have the shear there. Multiple players spotted out in the crossfire, but the KO and the Omen, so Alter Ego have got to be respecting some of this reactive utility. Sheer wall baited out by Chud, and he's going to get out for free.
It's spotted by the KO knife here. A lot more space being attracted by XGOD. Let's see though, Garnett's first contact onto Gotten, but Fluky is right there with him. Paranoia at the ready, but it might not be the best angle at all. And that's already -1 in the side of AE.
Hey, main control setting up this net here on the defense. Chud's trying to be active on the lurk up the middle of the map. Alter Ego have got the A side, but it's not a comfortable position until Chud gets that kill.
Beautiful stuff, KRX spots the flanker. Fox might be ready for that. Already yellow health bars for both of these players as Garnett's no problem on the site itself. Should try to set up a flank, but this has already been established. And a 4K for Garnett's here on the pistol round. They're slowly catching up.
I don't know what it is, bro. Like, the Thai waylays. It's too OP. Legit. Like,
True.
Last map on Pearl, Garnett's was really not that impactful. On the Yoru, he actually had kind of a rough game, and I think Fluky was doing the lion's share of the work. But here on the waylay, this guy has been looking dangerous. Anti-eco attempt here for XGOD now. And with the Outlaw out and already a multi-frag on the pistol, that could be a very early waylay ult going into the bonus if this man's able to start farming the pistols.
Exactly. Pretty scary to think about with a 4K at the pistol. Comes the salvo. Unable to spot anything, but it prevents A from pushing any further.
Smoke to mid.
Oh,
There you go. Spot out the Outlaw. That's the man you don't want to be peeking this round. Salvo's going to push him off of the line and allow Alter Ego to cross back towards market side, it looks like.
okay. Nakia already pretty much able to push on out. There's one creeping on top. Oh, that's the spike too! Quite unfortunate, but Nakia retaliates immediately. Fluky trying to make sure that they won't be able to reach a free upgrade at all. Refract activated, rather, as a judge is gonna greet Nakia goodbye. Should, though, repositioning. At least they're able to retrieve the spike.
Reroute back towards B main here. Sayu's taken a lot of space. KRX with the Arcros at the ready plane side of boat.
30 seconds left.
There we go. Just a quick headshot from KRX, even getting a bit of a high ground for the unpredictability. Fox even landing a molly here as to buy some time. It's 15 seconds on the clock. AE have no choice, gotten and should, but there's so much utility to deal with.
Left. One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Can't get out. Started the KO salvos. I guess they had no time.
Yeah. No choice there. But that gives
Alrighty.
a couple of kills again to Garnett's, one off for Convergent Paths.
Yeah?
Spike down mid.
Get a couple more points towards the Armageddon as well. That was tragic for Nakia.
Player sta-
He was literally just a fish on the end of a fishing line there. Just walked straight into the judge. It's like a bit of a fight towards B main here. Quick mid take coming out for Alter Ego. XGOD very much fighting the extremities on defense, and Alter Ego taking the middle of the map. KRX just gets ripped apart there, pushing B main.
Yeah, try to rush. But the anticipation really was the downfall. Fox already jiggle peeking, seeing if anyone tries to cross, but guess what? There's already Nakia
Pony's down.
looming in closer.
Two spotted with the Teo drone. Still maintaining that B main control. There's the Archros to set up Fluky, but all of this can be heard by Alter Ego. They know there's at least 2 players committed to that.
Garnets will be first contact in all of this. For sure. Oh, doesn't get the first or the second at all. Now time to back away, maybe onto Jen. A close outlaw shot. There's the pistol, right click, clean. Slicing their head off. And here comes convergent paths. It may not translate into anything at all, but Fluky's right there for the backup to take advantage of everything. And XGOD 1 round away from taking it to even.
Yeah, bonus picked up. I think missed most of it, but Niz being the most important player in that round for sure. He maintains control of A main. He wins his 1v1 versus the opponent Omen, and that's what really complicates things for Alter Ego. Because if you clear out A main there, you go from kind of a 2-dimensional push where you have a bit more of a 1-4, you're coming up cat, but your Omen's going to be coming out A main to you're basically getting sandwiched by the retakers coming in from spawn side and by the A main anchor.
Refract though, able to save Nakia's life. Niz is the one that gets damaged. Actually, it's 5 HP onto Nakia. Barely escaped. Oh, might finish the job though with already Garnets waiting for the timing and is rewarded.
And Alter Ego.
Oh dear.
Be an A main control, but this is what happens. Light armor against an outlaw. It's just free low for Garnets. Farming up his second convergent pass at this point.
It's crazy stuff. Oh, Fox has spotted this. Niz, Shrouded Step on top of the box. Has an angle for a multi-frag, but gets shut down right away. 10 HP for Fox. The flashbang comes in. The shots line up with the body shot. And it's a 2 versus 2. 1 Bucky. And the rest, bit of an outlaw shot. KRX as well is going to spray things down. And XGOD down to even now for both of these teams.
8 apiece. And Alter Ego have to lean on their attacking side here to try to close this game out. But I have to remind everyone, they got 4 rounds against Talent Academy last time around. Their attack was definitely not the stronger half of the game, so they've got a lot of work to do. XGOD, I'm sure, are feeling very comfortable. They've got strong economy, operators rolling on Garnets, who's having a phenomenal game, and this is their map pick.
Back in a flash.
They had the plan in mind. Here comes Refract. Enabled, sees the shoulder. The patience to not pull it after the first peek. Nakia, let's see if you're able to equalize the advantage, the numbers in the map.
XGOD reading this really well. Oh, until Fluky overextends a little bit. He knows both of those players were there, but he loses the heads-up duel with a Dren King. Trying to play with confidence, but when you're 5-on-4, kind of unnecessary at that point with the whole Vice setup across the B side of the map. Dark cover to top middle. And it looks like Alter Ego just want to kick off this B split straight into Garnets. No, it's just pressure. Just pressure from Nakia. Refracts back immediately, and now we're going to go into a split through Cat.
I like how no one budges from the side of XGOD. They saw one, but they won't budge at all. A trade for both sides now. The suppress has hit onto Fox. Now he falls as well. KRX forced to drop onto Jen, and Nakia just catches his head.
Ridiculous shots being hit on the waylay.
30 seconds
Refracts
left.
back after picking up the spike, and Garnets has to complete a 1-on-2 to keep this alive.
Oh, and an operator retake as well. This is going to be a little rough. Able to drop the molly. Light speed, unfortunate. Able to pull up the gun in time. Adrian King was just ready for that shot. And AE finally able to break from 8th into 9.
Yeah, I think XGOD overcooking a little bit there. Starts to fall apart with the Teo overextending top middle. Like, you get this very easy 5-on-4.
Down A.
We lose the Teo in the middle of the map despite gathering some pretty critical information, and then end up in kind of a cooked mid-round. To be fair, Nakia hit some ridiculous shots. Like, we saw the defenders peeking into him, and he was just one-tapping everyone.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful about that one, especially right now. But guess what, Fluky and Garnets? They just shut everything down Adrian King and Nakia, the clutchers, the main clutchers from the previous round, is gone. All up to Should now and the rest. Defying the timing to equalize the numbers here. And that's exactly what they do. Even Steel Garden used to make sure that they have space here for B.
Yeah. Securing themselves into that post plant. XGOD scrambling to get into position. It's just another round where they have advantages, but they're quickly falling apart. Should takes another one with him. And this 5-on-3 is just evaporated.
It's gone. It's done. Niz, I come from B main here. Only with a smoke and a paranoia still. It's going to be important for this retake if they're able to find at least one pick. An operator
Player standing.
spots out the one, but it misses. Just barely. Niz able to climb onto a lane already. But just as you said, the 5v3 is completely gone and diminished.
It's got rolled. Like,
Yep.
the opening part of the round again goes fantastic for XGOD. Oh, this mirror matchup is so explosive. It's like the meta comp if you, like, fast forward 2 times. You know, usually you would see, like, a bit more of a patient mid-trap, and
Yeah.
the attackers, like, I'm talking with, like, the Jet KO comp, like, the classic one that got played a million times. It's like, you'd see the slow take up middle with, like, the Sova dart and the dart cover, and you'd be walking your way up, and then you'd get, like, dart flash, and the defense would try to run a trap on you.
Right.
But the way that this mirror comp works is, like, the attackers, like, flash double dash up mid, and then the defenders, like, flash double dash down mid, and then run the trap immediately. It's like we skipped 30 seconds of gameplay and instantly got some ridiculous explosion. But that's the second round in a row that XGOD's gotten mad advantages, 5-on-4, 5-on-3, and then thrown away that advantage, and Alter Ego is able to dig themselves out of a mid-round with, to be fair, some good decision-making and some really sharp shooting, but XGOD have got to be kicking themselves. Like, they have got to close out these man advantage situations, because they've lost them 2 in a row, and now their money's cooked after having a flawless defensive side. Like, this really should have been their game on a silver platter, and they've just let Alter Ego back into it.
And that timeout's going to be incredibly important here to see if they can convert at least anything. There's another salvo just to eliminate the possibility of flushing members out of there. KRX line a couple of shots as well. Refrag just to bait out the shear, but nothing just yet.
Yeah, B pressure for Alter Ego. They don't really have any map control to speak of elsewhere is the issue, so I think they're just going to Teo drone into middle, have a little bit of a look at what's going on, try to make the defense nervous. But one way or another, this is going into B.
Absolutely. Only the Razor Vines was there to stop them. Armageddon now utilized just to scare off Market and to CT. Nakia, classic, you know, jet dash into the site. Or rather, light speed. Sayu, beautiful first blood onto KRX, shutting him down. Got in playing very close into stairs. Another Armageddon used just to flush them all out onto the stairs angle. But is there anyone there that can exactly cover this up? Because that's a dark cover, just really diminishing the value off of that Armageddon. Nakia even getting a couple of kills as well. Even the pop-up onto lane is not going to work out in their favor. Fox, the only one left. And he's so close to match point now.
Yeah, it's extremely questionable Teo ult there from the defense. Like, you're down a player with Sheriffs, and we're burning a Teo ult in a tight game like this. Like, these are the kind of things that you just can't be throwing away those ults like that.
Yeah.
Alter Ego is taking full advantage of it. They're chilling. And closing out the post plant only makes them slightly uncomfortable. 2 more on the trot, and they're going to be pushing us through to Fracture. A lot of ults back up for XGOD now. And the off is back in the hands of Garnets.
Let's see. Just a little bit of a peek now that they know. It's going to be a double swing. They got to be careful. Garnets does have light speed. There is that free out. Convergent paths available for this round. But now that they know, let's see what AE does.
I mean, just still grouped up towards A main here. XGOD going to clear the middle of the map. Teo's starting to trend back across towards middle is just going to be an A execute.
Convergent paths! Just to prevent anyone from entering the site at all. They're actually forced to respect this and back away. A lot of time bought, but Garnets is the sacrifice.
Yeah, it should. Getting active in the middle of the map. This is where your lurker gets active in the 1-4, tries to keep the defense honest. XGOD, you can see them nervously rotating, trying to read what's going on. The KO knife will confirm there's still players in A main, though.
We go. A re-entry, a re-execute. Niz tucked into this corner. Now they know, but still it's not going to help you at all. Should gonna come from heaven. I don't think they see this now. They're exposed. 1v2 situation. Foxy is still stuck in this 1v1. Going to wrap around this angle. The spike has to be picked up. The door is about to be broken. Steel Garden used to instill panic. Planting in very close for the shorty shot to connect, but can't pick up another gun. KRX denies that match point.
And Alter Ego just trying to force things through a choke point. XGOD just never rotated. You saw a little bit of that on Pearl, where you get the attackers like with the man advantage, the lurkers getting active in the middle of the map, and there's just no respect given rotation-wise. XGOD just sit on the A site, and when the second pump comes in, they just get funneled through a choke point. I think they needed to wait like an extra 10 seconds and let Should cook a little bit. At least take some pressure or some contact towards main side, but doesn't end up going that way. So Garnet's now looking for the opening pick yet again here. Nice pick for the defense. Another 5-on-4 for XGOD that they must convert.
Here we go. Nakia leading the charge here onto B. There's two members of XGOD lying and waiting here. On the side itself, they need to clear Cubby. They see this, and yet still manage to find one. KRX trapped into Boathouse. Lots of utility being rained down. And Sai finishes the job. 3v3 situation already. Have to catch up here.
Matey's ready.
Flank going down. Salvo's coming back online, and out comes the Armageddon. That's going to really slow down the retake here. Fox does have the KO ult, and he's much quicker on the res. B main getting cleared out by the Omen here.
Oh, Garnet's gonna be blinded a little bit, but that's okay. A little bit of a molly being dropped by Garnet's. Paranoia is gonna expire already. Beautiful headshot there onto triple. They still have to find the Cubby player, and yet they don't. 1v2 situation. What was that shot? Garnet's able to clutch things out and deny another match point. There is a lot of time. And XGOD, they're gonna be happy about that.
That's just a ridiculous retake. I mean, it shouldn't be this hard to convert rounds when you're up a player literally every single time. But they make it look hard. Just a hard carry performance from Garnets on this Waylay. This is a phenomenal individual game from him. Dude has to do almost everything himself.
Bam. Wow. That was a crazy shot.
Disgusting. The bloody troll. Alter Ego timeout. I mean, I think small little details to clean up in terms of just losing those opening picks. Like this op is getting way too much value. That's the main concern for Alter Ego, because the way I'm feeling about this game, honestly, Riku, is like,
yeah,
they're winning from man disadvantages consistently. I feel like if they just get a fair opening to the round, they win like, 8 times out of 10.
Yeah, true. They have beautiful retakes. It's just a man disadvantage at the very beginning. But of course, this is a head scratcher for AEs. Like, we've been having man advantages for the past few rounds. And now we're forced back into eco with one hero rifle onto Gotten. We're just so close to match point. They can't cross.
Gonna try to kick off a B execute into the Vice KO here. See how it works for him.
Have to see the hands of a Fluky and KRX as well. Able to bait out the salvo at least.
Gonna fall back here.
Oh. Refract activated. Light speed onto where is the big question. There's the flash, but it does not connect into KRX. Now they're trapped onto this death trap of a shear. It's gonna expire soon, and there's the judge coming in, but the rage is not enough to get 2 kills, at least 1. Garnet is unspotted, undetected at all. Now he is gone. Operator gone, 2v3. Things are not looking good for XGOD at the moment.
Spike planted.
Niz has a judge, needs to get close, needs to get the upgrade.
What a
Actually,
flash.
beautiful flash! This coordination with Fox and the rest. Now they have the upgrade. The knife is going to detect the 2 boathouse players. Now they know. They line up with a high-low. That's a 1v2 situation under the hands of Niz to deny this match point. Nakia's going to peek, sees the shoulder, knows that somebody is there. They just need to buy some time. Smoke expires on the other side. Down to a 1v1. Niz, can you do it? Is the question. The fadeaway. The sneak attack from behind. Playing back-to-back. The jiggle. The wide swing from Sayu is going to knock this out of the park with a sticker to the head. Alter Ego now at match point.
Oh my lord. They win with a half bite. You are gonna kick yourself as XGOD if you cannot win this game of ascent. Sheer comes out. I mean, I just feel like it's not a great setup.
One
Yeah.
enemy remaining.
Looking at it on the face of
One
things
enemy
from
remaining.
XGOD, they have the judge, but they still do the diagonal sheer wall, which just kind of zones
What's
the
your
shotgun
step?
back. You're not waiting for the waylay entry into the site and punish it like you would the jet dash. Hold that thought though, a main take defense, zoning the Omen back, the waylay on the attacking side all the way up Cat, but gonna refract back into tiles, be main take in the meanwhile for Alter Ego, and they're gonna pick up the pace.
Oh, crossfire. He flashed right outside you though with a quick trade. Immediately 3v4 now. AE with a massive advantage onto this round.
Spike
Yeah.
drop.
Completely out of position as XGOD. You're down a player, you have worse weaponry. Nakia's gonna pick up the plant, which gives him the convergent pass. Like, this retake is not coming together.
Roll
Yeah.
is down.
It's gonna be a tall order. A miracle needs to happen.
Line them out.
They have a stinger. There's converted paths. Fluky is able to at least try to sidestep, but is suppressed nonetheless. Garnet's including as well. And here we go, firing a couple of shots. They're not having a lot of time. Salvo's gonna send Garnet straight face forward into lane. Let's see if they take advantage of this chaos. Garnet gets 1. No, not at all.
Attackers win.
Alter Ego denies a possible overtime and wins.
With the neon rays, so I think they've swapped things up at least a little bit. They will be mixing the Teo in on Flukies instead, and also kind of playing the core of the meta comp. It's just a question of what's your, pick your poison, duelist, sentinel, is the main stylistic differences between these two teams, but you really cannot go past the Breach Brim Teo on this map.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a staple here for Fracture, and it's going to stay there for a while. Let's check out now what the setup is for XGOD. It's going to be a full stack here towards A.
Alter Ego anticipating some kind of arcade aggression, full commitment into Dish here for XGOD, which may indicate they want to get into one of these very oppressive afterplants towards topside or something of that nature.
Gotta be careful about the arc rows being placed on towards the site itself. Garnet's trying to spot out anyone from stands, trying to play Dance Dance Revolution, but that's not gonna save this at all. Sayu finds the salvo kill. And here we go. Plant, nonetheless, is gonna go down.
He just gave up. In comes the retake towards sand off the Teo drone though, Riku.
Oh! Nakia! What is that? 1 to the 2. Fox, though, trying to make things happen with a frenzy from drop from quite the far range. But that's not going to happen at all. Beautiful retake coming from Alter Ego.
Yeah, nicely done. Killed the Brim for free with just util. I mean, this is one of the comps that even early on in Pacific, when Teo was still very new, you can frequently see, based on your execution, you can just get kills with utility. Which is a gripe a lot of people have with the current meta, that you could just stun, paint shells or stun. Oh, that's what it was. See, we got
The
zoomed in.
shear.
I didn't see the shear, but that is an insane trap. I don't even know if I've seen that yet, to be honest. The shear with the double salvo just killed him for free. That's ridiculous.
There's just so many combos you could do with Vice, right? Like Astro Vice, and now it's Teo Vice. Crazy stuff.
Just dish take again. Garnet sent in on the entry. breach given the orb here. So Fox already trying to work his way to the Rolling Thunder, and you can see very clearly what the intention is here for XGOD. Very much just running the orbs on this eco round, as you see a lot of teams do.
Let's see where that's gonna funnel through. There's the drone trying to spot out anybody. Oh, sees the hat. Hat's enough. One suppressed. Garnets though trying to pick the middle of arcade. Gotten the Molly as well. Oh, Fluky slowly creeping into tower. Should finds a headshot onto KRX. Garnet's under sewers now. Things are a little dicey with the slide as Should follows up with that. Expecting another one following up right after. And now Fluky's just going to be on the aggression. There's a lot of tags from the side of AE, but not enough for them to finish the job. Niz just trying to get a consolation prize here and there, but all in all, 3 members take more guns on the next.
Yeah, not too bad for Alter Ego. Good start to this game of Fracture. Going to be brimming with confidence going forward now. Yeah, bonus. Just a couple of sheriffs brought up around the safe weapons. Keeping things fairly conservative on the side of Alter Ego. XGOD very heavily committed towards bottom side here.
Yeah, bonus now. We've seen bonuses fail in the past. Let's see how Nakia is able to spot one out. Yes, he does. The satchel out of there. No punish whatsoever. Garnets tries to follow and chase, but it's too late.
Yeah. Now we're trying to go for a contact play here on Fluky, and he loses his life as well. This is going bad to worse. You've lost your smokes and your Teo. About 20 seconds into the round.
Ooh.
Not how you wanted your first gun round to be going.
Not at all. Let's see if Garnets and the rest is able to salvage this, perhaps. Sheer triggered. KRX will try to pull back. Sayu with the jiggle peek. Knows that there's 2 there. Nakia has a very good angle here, right out in the open. That's the scary part. That's why Fox A's gone. Garnets in the scary corner. No escape. The moment you leave that corner, you might be dead. There's a jump on. What? Didn't get to hear, but nonetheless, Sayu has Nakia's back. KRX, the only one left against 4 people. Spike in the middle of it all as well. This is not looking good. This might be just a save, maybe.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Man.
And on the other side of things, Alter Ego, I mean, it's a beautiful start to this game.
Yep.
Bonus going straight into their pocket.
10 seconds
A bunch of rifles brought through into the next round, including, I mean, you're happy to sit on the Outlaw. Quite honestly, you're going up probably against a lot of light armors.
Wow. Basically happened again.
See what XGOD's going to bring into this one. Probably just buy pistols around the rifle, honestly. But yeah, Nakia getting away with a lot there.
Yeah. Everything was pretty much covered.
This should do.
Not exactly clear. A will be happy about that one. 2 off of Steel Garden on the next one. Should has been quite the impactful player alongside Nakia in these beginning rounds. Oh, XGOD says, let's not pause. Let's not wait at all. If we go now, might not give them time. Nakia still, though, gets a kill before he falls. Nicely done slide from Garnets, but doesn't get a kill. Instead gets punished. There's the Molly, though, to scare them off. They get the plan, at least, though. A Should finds the lurker from across the map. Here comes a flash from Niz. I think they hear that. Dodges the first flash. Doesn't get the second. Sai with 5 HP. Foxy with 10. He gets knocked out of there. That's a 4-0. At least they get the plant on the spike.
Yeah, a little bit of damage. Was just a half buy around the singular rifle. But 4-0 for Alter Ego. Another 3 players surviving. Their money on the defensive side is fantastic now. Steel Garden and Showstopper are ready to go. So they're going to be great retake tools should they get into a post plant. Definitely considering the fact that Fox has got the Rolling Thunder in the back pocket here as well. So you're keeping in mind map control into these breach holds. Something that you might want to play around. Definitely don't want to be playing on site as heavily. Or if you get some tree or arcade control, you get those breach shots from unders as well. Something you have to keep in mind.
Nokia with the operator. Eyes on arcade. That is a stack and a possible flash. Look to be scary. Who peeks first? And that is going to be Garnett's. First bullet fails. Foxy just walks right into that. Nokia still evens out the numbers. Rolling Thunder now activated. Scares off Nokia a little bit. Now is the spray down by Gotten. Gets the second at that. Spike again. Lost in the middle of the site. KRX and Fluky now forced to recover from this.
It's very disjointed. They're completely out of position. And XGOD completely misreading the setup. They thought it was a retake on the B site, and the Brim just tears them asunder.
And now, Alter Ego, all they gotta do is just keep stable, keep in position. Just solidify this crossfire that they have. Oh, Fluky opens up tower at least. Now, Sai is in a very awkward situation. Going to look both sides. The salvo, but with Nokia eliminating KRX, things are going to be a bit more comfortable now. And that's just a -3 on the opposite side of AE. They have a lot of economy, and a 5-0 is definitely already a big bonus for them.
Oh, it's ridiculous. They're just running away with the game right now.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to invest any of their ults there. XGOD throwing the breach ult in and not getting a round out of it. Armageddon and
That's
Orbital
crazy.
coming up, but Alter Ego have all of that in spades. Just completely overlooking the Brim from tower there, unfortunately. And in general, just looking very disjointed on the side of XGOD.
That's true. Definitely needs to stabilize. No timeout seen just yet. Nokia. Really amazing shots from this player. Even try to reposition. Armageddon. It's utility hell right now onto B. And it still doesn't stop. Alter Ego is just raining down the pain onto XGOD.
Yeah, that wasn't even a heart bite. That was a force. They got absolutely destroyed with the fast arcade play. I mean, Naki is just getting so much value in these very small pockets of play. Like, positionally, he cannot be faulted right now. And it's just such a good skill set to have in this current meta. Because on Fracture in particular, these are the kind of situations you're ending up in time and time again. These players are going to get better and better at dealing with it. Like, especially as this game, with more agents like Teo and like new agents coming in that are util heavy, like that is the ultimate skill set. We've gone from a very simple game state where there's only, you know, certain things. It's just like certain flashes and little bits of like molly utility and things like that, to a game now where, you know, you've got missiles flying across the map. So being able to put yourself in the perfect position and recognize exactly what your opponents are doing on the attacking side, what kind of execute you're playing against, and choosing the perfect spot to stand in is just like, it's the best skill set you can have as a defensive anchor.
Agree. The fact that you were carrying an operator as well really limits to how many places you can basically place yourself on the site itself. It's a very, very good point. Nokia doing a fantastic job, now rewarded with a showstopper as well. A bunch of sheriffs on the opposite side for XGOD. Let's see how they're able to translate this time around.
I mean, I don't know. They're just really not getting much done. They were playing previously the Raised Neon double duelist, and it feels right now like they're not used to this pacing of having the Teo mixed into the comp.
I agree. We've seen some stellar shots from Fluky on Pearl. Little bit as well. On the previous map, here comes First Contact. They've revealed themselves. That's a sheer gonna break things a bit. Niz in the middle of the fight with the Razor Vines as well. You're trapped. What can you do? There's flash everywhere. And now you're just gonna be... That's actually a miracle that he's able to still escape from all of that.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I mean, Fluky was throwing a one-man fake on the A side that didn't really do anything. But now they're just going to go meet up with him. They've used a lot of their utility working their way through the map here, XGOD, and they will get onto the site and into an afterplant. This is where Alter Ego just have got better utility, better guns. So if they just organize themselves well enough on this retake, then they should be totally fine.
Showstopper still available for the side of Nakia. Gun. Ready, Foxy. Showstopper trying to hunt. No one at the top. And using the smoke to reduce vision. Agent King has the kill onto Garnets. Now Niz tucked into this corner with a beautiful headshot orbital strike to buy some time. Make sure that he's out of there. Even able to cross. Looking at Halls even as Fluky will fall to the hands of Should. It is 7-0 now. And they get to keep more guns the next round.
That's just another round where you throw Overdrive and Orbital at it and you still don't come away with the round. Like, I understand why they're doing it. You know, with the current meta that you see, the Teo, Brim, like, Breach, there's so much afterplant delay. And that's exactly what they're playing for, but the pacing is just not good enough to be able to actually play that afterplant. And the fact that they used the salvos earlier in the round means that they just don't have enough left over, and they haven't disrupted the defense coming in on that retake well enough to actually pull off that situation. Like, usually you'll see a little bit more disruption to buy some more time and slow down the retake, or you're going to see a topside plant and a little bit more kind of organized utility with the way that you're playing the post plant. Like, you have lineups and things like that, but there was none of that for XGOD. And I think the fact that Alter Ego had the Showstopper really speeds things up for them on the retake as well. That really helps them buy like an extra 10 seconds. That really would have been a difference maker otherwise.
Yeah, Should really doing a fantastic job with that flank. Always ever so reliable. Even not forced to use a Steel Garden for these past few rounds at all.
Got another pause here.
And I suppose the scary thing is that XGOD went up against Sharper at their very first game in the group stages. It was a very similar sort of body language that we saw with XGOD on Lotus. It was a 0-13 finish. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen here. But if it continues, I don't see why it's not possible here.
Yeah. We'll see. Back into the action here. XGOD back on the buy. Although they've got weapons in their hands, you see, like, their ult economy. They've had all of these ults in the opening 4 rounds. And they haven't gotten a single round off of any of them. Haven't really been planning their ult rounds super well.
Shortcut.
Yeah. This could be the beginning, though. Oh, no, it should! Removes Garnets immediately. Steel Garnet as well, just to force them onto this chokehold.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about the pacing of solo Neon versus double duelist. Like, you can go that deep when you have a raise close enough to trade you, but it looks like you're almost donating your life on the Neon in that situation when there's just no one close enough to trade you.
Yeah. Heavily reliant on a lot of pressure onto Garnets at that whenever he slides right through the site. Fluky, though, is able to penetrate through the defenses, but nonetheless unable to land the important shots. Niz also forced out of there from that angle. Nakia with the operator from Halls. It's gonna be absolutely deadly. Even dodges the fault line. Gets a kill onto KRX. Another frag right in. Niz forced out of Sands. Still, though, able to get a kill onto Shud, but gets traded immediately by Gotten. 3v1. Foxy already on the drop. And things aren't going so well for XGOD, but Alter Ego, they're on a roll here.
My ult's
Yeah.
ready. Not your
Going bad to worse for the attackers here. Big arcade shove goes horribly for them. They lose the Neon, try to pivot back towards the A side of the map. And I understand it, like, you're down a player, so you're trying to open up opportunities by pushing spawn side, but Alter Ego is just looking way too disciplined. Like, every time XGOD is pushing somewhere, they're getting punished.
Operator. Still in the hands of Nakia. It has been adding so much pressure in a lot of these angles.
beacon down.
Let's see, though. Maybe a change of pace. Maybe Going in fast onto Sans might be the difference maker. Even Rolling Thunder available, but the flash though, it's gonna be a trade 1-for-1. Nakia able to get another frag. Garnet's still pretty much alive. Comes to fast lane. Inside the smoke he goes. Waiting for somebody to push through. Here comes the flash, the peak, but that's against 2. So they'll decide to just retract. Garnet's looking towards drop. Gonna go right again. Time may repeat itself. If Naki's able to get this frag, then revenge is exacted, but no. Now they have control. Now they have a better angle for this operator. For Garnet's 3v2 situation. Halls is now open. Shud trying to make sure that the flank is going to be effective here. And that's going to be a no. Niz, beautiful shots all throughout. And there's exactly XGOD needed to break momentum of AE.
Yeah, finally got themselves one of these attacking rounds. Want to try to scrape together 3 or 4. Nice little openers from Garnets that time. Even though it's a decent response, some decent counter util coming in for Alter Ego, Garnets is able to find just a small pocket of play inside of the fast lane. Had someone out in stand to trade him this time. That made a huge difference, just having that extra player there with the Neon. Puts it into this kind of muddy 3v3. There's the tree take for Alter Ego, and Garnets has another opener for him. They've lost the smokes though straight away. Brimstone's gone down from that player towards Arcade. But this is a very quick plant from XGOD.
Spike planted.
Very important one at that 1-for-1. Sayu. His eyes on drop. Fluky though, able to just suppress the opposite Tejo. Ooh, the collat shots though, 1 HP. Better utilize all the utility that you need. Here comes Rolling Thunder in as well. They're gonna rush right in. No defense from Foxy whatsoever. Nakia with a triple. Make that a 4. Perhaps into an ace. Gotten gets that. It doesn't matter. Because that's still a 9-1. Hilsky, this is
crazy.
This is a dominating map. It's crazy.
Like, that Alter Ego looks so switched on. Like, every single time XGOD's like pushing a smoke or like aggressing anywhere, they've got like 2 or 3 players staring at it and instantly like one-tapping them. Nakia's playing a phenomenal game on the Raze. Like, that's the perfect example of it. Fox, that was a nice play. Like, the reactive Teo stun as they retake A main and then your breach peeks through the smoke. It's like, I feel like most of the time that's a good play. But against Alter Ego today, you peek anything and you're instantly punished.
That's exactly the scary thing about this team. Garnet's trying to make sure that he opens an opportunity once more, but guess what? It is towards a showstopper. Doesn't find anyone. What? Fluky with a punish with a stinger. They all sidestep that rocket.
It's a cosmetic ultimate. Like, what on earth?
Spike drop.
That's
like
for design.
SpaceX failed launch or something. I don't know.
Oh no! Caught out of utility. Fluky will fall. Surprise jump scare. She was able to get a trade though. This team had gotten. Maybe 2 now. Sayu gets a kill onto Niz. Garnet's out. Forced to probably get the spike, but the rest of AE has eyes on that.
Yeah. I mean, Alter Ego just playing this one by the numbers. They group up together. Garnets has been pretty magical at times tonight. But even if he wins this 1-on-2, I don't know how much more confident I am that XGOD are going to get this map done.
I got spike.
It's going to be quite the tall order here.
He's got
Doesn't exactly know where the last player is though.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. Alter Ego is just going to walk, hold hands, you know, cross the road, use the buddy system. I've been doing this one since I was very small.
Spike planted.
Oh! Here comes the blast. The concuss doesn't get the transfer. The idea was there. But the shots just don't quite connect. Sayu with a 4K onto that round. This half has been deadly for XGOD.
It's just a stop right now. There's even a double stun there for Garners. I wouldn't put my house on it, but I'd put something on it that he would 1v2 there with the double stun on the relay ball. Like, that looked like a good clutch attempt. I don't know where that rocket went. That was crazy. Again, Alter Ego, they're just looking really sharp, really switched on. They're making all the right moves. I think XGOD, they're looking a little bit like lost with this Teo comp. A lot of their mid rounds are like Teo droning one part of the map and then trying to like go with the rest of the boys elsewhere. Kind of just like one recon. Oh my god, this is the messy start to the round. 1-for-1 though, Riku.
That's crazy stuff, but the Rolling Thunder is gonna catch Gotten off guard, including the Armageddon on top of that. Beautiful stuff coming from XGOD at the moment, but Shud with the attempt on the flank, and the round is over on Arcade.
Yeah, we're just hitting the fast forward button on so many of these rounds. Beautiful 3K for Fox to double up the rounds for XGOD. They've got a lot of work to do in the second half after this break.
Last player standing.
Yeah, almost saw another 210 comeback earlier on in the night, and it definitely would be helped, as we saw in that previous game, by a pistol and a bonus win.
The crossfire being established here. They do not know this is happening. Asai takes advantage of that entire scenario. And immediately -2 for the side of XGOD. He's going to be happy about that. Should additional pain onto XGOD.
And Drinking is putting that spike down. Tucked in the back of the site. Niz and KRX both trying to complete this retake from bottom side, and you've got a big crossfire ready to receive. Paint Shells is going to force Niz forward into his death. And KRX just left to pick up the pieces he never even deserved for wrecked. 11-2 for Alter Ego. Where the hell has this come from? We went from a shaky Pearl to the form that I expect to see from this team. You know, this is a team that we know, this is a well-established core. And this is the dominance that I want to see from them in Tier 2.
That's true. It took them a bit of time to sort of wind up. It came completely online when we saw a bit of ascent. AE, of course. This is definitely the type of performance that we expect from this team. And a lot of aggression once more over here onto A main.
Yep. Force buy out from the defense.
Trying to defend.
They are very invested in this round here, Riku. It's all or nothing here, round number 14 for them. It's stingers or bust.
Yep. Absolutely. AE. I'm trying to scare them a little bit with the boom bot. No, just guess what? Should is there. Or sorry, KRX was there. And then again, it's a 1-for-1. Just the tag. The jump peek. Saw you with a crouch, with a guardian shot. Gonna plan it out in the open. You have the upper hand anyway, so might as well plant it safely and take their time. 3v3. There's the salvo. The plant is there. Responds in kind. Nakia, the bulldog kill. 1v2 situation. So incredibly low, and yet still able to survive. Fox. So healthy. Full shield still. Wrapping around. But Foxy's gonna stick it. It's gonna stick it. It's still able to get the kill to Nakia. Beautiful stuff here. XGOD still hanging on.
Yeah, force buy works out for them. Fox is trying to keep them in the game. End of that first half rather, had a big 3K and comes up pretty big this round as well. Alter Ego, definitely a winnable round for them. Try to pivot back towards that B site and put themselves in a comfortable after plant, but just not quite enough. Well, doesn't look like they're keen to buy. Not in a rush to end this game or anything like that. They just want to kind of deal some economic damage, take some guns out of the hands of XGOD. And that's a beautiful trade. Multiple players peeking out on the back of that first outlaw shot. Usually you'd expect the Neon to get away with it.
And get him a bit of an upgrade as well. Showstopper available for Nakia. This round is looking to be scary, and XGOD can't breathe easy just yet.
Flash placed. Blinding.
A little bit of pressure on Arcade from Chud. KRX and Niz stucking themselves into the site. Cam spotting out that arcade pressure.
Retrieving flash.
Another orb going the way of Nakia. Wants to build himself closer to a showstopper, which potentially could end the game at this scoreline, to be fair.
Oh! What is that shot, Fox? Knowing somebody is going to come from sewers. The dink. But... Oh no! The tripwire though tags Nakia.
Player standing.
Therefore denying any sort of chance for
Down B.
redeeming this round at all.
30
XGOD
seconds left.
is glad to have these staggered kills across the map.
1v4 for Sayu. He just wants one kill here to get his Armageddon. Doesn't hurt that he could take a gun away from XGOD as well in the process of that, but Fox posted up. Nice easy kill from Tower into Canteen. That's a 4th for XGOD, 4 alive. Slowly but surely taking one step at a time up bloody Mount Everest right now.
We've seen it before earlier. It felt like it was almost guaranteed that it was heading towards that direction. An overtime, a 10-2 comeback perhaps, but it was not quite there just yet. And now it's the bye round for AE. Let's see how XGOD is able to hold out. There's 2 orbs left for Rolling Thunder, which is going to be incredibly important. They're coming in fast. Garnets, though, with the stun, and they're towards the side. The flash does not kick off. Niz, though, with another headshot onto Sayu. 2v4 in an instant. AE still in the game. They're not stopping yet. Do they anticipate Shud pushing a little bit further across arcade? There is a smoke, so no crossfire is going to be enabled at all. Might be a double swing, but it's a high and low by the side of Fluky, and the rest is a 1-for-1 trade. And XGOD still keeps holding on. Expensive, but they'll take it.
Yeah, 2 alive. They're going to break Alter Ego's money, though. So slowly but surely working their way into this game. A lot of big impact ults coming online here for Alter Ego. Probably won't have the guns to make much use of them unless they can get themselves a favorable situation or an opening pick or a nice afterplant towards A, perhaps, and they probably won't invest too much in this. They'll take a timeout nonetheless. On the verge of closing out this series, they've been the much more convincing team on this 3rd map of Fracture. Definitely recognize that if they can start off this group stage 2-0 rather than having to scrape their way through at 1-1 and concede a extra series rather to a team that's 0-1 as well. I mean, winning this series for Alter Ego just really simplifies the group and definitely increases their chance at going to playoffs. Not only because obviously they have more wins always good, but kind of eliminating or greatly reducing the chances of another pretty strong team to, you know, throw their hat in the ring for playoffs as well if they just win this game.
I agree, 100%. It's also that important buy slot coming into the playoffs where you sort of get a story skip, if you will, in your lore. So that's incredibly important for being the top seed into your group. So AE would definitely want to rack up more wins. And they're on the way towards that direction, but they have to hold on out a little bit longer because this is an eco for AE.
Go, go, go!
Great take.
Off angle.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Adapt or die!
Uh-oh. That's the Steel
Steel
Guardian
Guardian,
activated. Oh. It's exactly Showstopper even coming from the side of Nakia. Doesn't find anyone as they scramble on and it hits the wall.
Don't know about that for Alter Ego. 2 big ults invested for not a lot gained.
I'm out of here.
Oh, unless that's a trade. 2v4. They get the plant. Niz might not be prepared for this shot. Gotten is, however. Beautiful, beautiful shots there. Rolling Thunder available. Fluky already on the defuse. At least gets it to half. They have ample time for this. Here comes the Armageddon to prevent this from happening, but no, the fuse already kicks in a little bit too late.
They threw 3 ults at that. And took 2 guns away. That is a pretty huge overcook for Alter Ego, especially following attack timeout.
True.
Like, I don't know if that was the game plan or not, but they've thrown the kitchen sink at that round and got absolutely nothing out of it. Past kind of cursory damage. don't think that they... I don't think they believed the half came in, I guess is why they committed the Armageddon to that.
That's true. That's true.
Fire coming through once again.
A little bit of a similar approach here. Gonna spot things out. Does not spot the player. Should probably take the ropes out of there.
He's being very sneaky. He likes to stick around very long, especially considering he's playing the Vice. Can definitely get caught pretty hard on Vice. Alter Ego kind of not deciding whether they want to contest Arcade side or right back towards Dish, and they will commit towards Dish. But look at XGOD. I mean, they've got this A main info line thanks to the Teo. They've also got had the Neon posted up on top side for quite a while now. And I mean, you just lose your Teo for free.
Fluky even has Armageddon ready. Salvo first. Should though with a wide swing. Gets Fluky down. No Armageddon available for the side of XGOD at least. Fox, however, is able to remove the controller of the side of AE. 3v4 situation. Plan still not on. Overdrive activated. Garnett's on the hunt for a kill. Rolling Thunder as well. And XGOD still continues on their reign here. 7-11. AE must be sweating.
Yeah, this is getting very concerning for Alter Ego.
Uh-oh.
Fox is leading the charge for these guys to get back into this game. Completely unprepared for Fluky to take that off angle and that confident duel towards A main. Tactibear is very concerned. He's watching from the sidelines.
Yep. Became a bit of a horror game now for AE here.
Yeah. Oh my god, it just gets worse. We're trying to force our way into A main. Oh dear.
Oh dear. That's
like
not
the
good.
protocol there is just not to go. Especially if you don't have Neon or Waylay. Like Ray's double satchel through there just does not work. Especially if you don't have a proper weapon. That's just not going to go well for you.
Exactly. The stall of a Tejo by Sans, including Garnet with the operator, is just double deadly.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Let's see here though. Should trying to lead the charge for his own team. Niz is able to spot him out immediately. Gotten may have the trade, but it's still quite the numbers advantage for the side of XGOD. Still, Adrian King on the dodge out the salvo. Gotten playing very close, switch to the Sheriff. Still has orbital strike. Fluky doesn't really matter. And -1, no plant at all. It's 8-11 now.
Back on the buy here for Alter Ego. Have finally got some more big impact ults back online. Breach ult and Orbital is ready to go heading into this next round. If they just cycle their ults correctly and get some impact out of them over the next couple of rounds, they should have enough to just win the game. But they need to make better use of them than what we've seen on that half fight. Ops out for Garnet.
Perhaps this is a good start. Going towards B instead. Oh.
Drone is down.
Here we go. Nokia could potentially be first contact. Fault line already at the ready. The first operator shot does not connect, and Alter Ego gets 2. They have the lead in this round. Garnett's gonna pull back 50 HP for him, but KRX thought he could do a multi-frag, but no, God and Nokia have other plans. And there you go, AE breaks free from 11 and enters match point.
Match point.
Yeah, I was waiting for a round like that. That was just such a beautiful read for Alter Ego. Pushing back the defenders who have been on this same deep A main line time and time again, unpunished. Whether it be the operator of Garnets or even just the Teo dry walking up and taking a duel for free. Alter Ego is getting very sick of them doing that, and they punish it accordingly. It's taken them a long time to do it. They are very lucky that they got a 10-2 lead in the first half, because it took them 6 or 7 rounds to come up with that. Usually would not have that long to get that across the line in a game. So now another 1-4 for Alter Ego looking towards the B execute.
Off your feet!
Yeah, Rolling Thunder now activated. Nakia is able to gain space. Removes Niz from the equation. They haven't cleared tower just yet. KRX is going to get flushed out by utility anyways, including the boom bot as well. Unable to leave post. Is forced to leave now. Now they look down with a double swing. Looking at KRX, they'll have other plans. Garnet's with a shorty kill. Now it's a 2v3. Now things are a little different again. Fox, unable to land the shots. Now he does. It's all up to Sayu here to make sure this clutch goes down. 50 seconds on the clock. And yet no, 9 to 12. They're keeping it really competitive here on to Fracture.
Yeah, round started really well for Alter Ego. And it just falls apart in the mid-round. Opening pick off the back of the Rolling Thunder there, but Armageddon in response and a beautiful route in towards Arcade side. And every time the going gets rough, Fox gets going. He's had so many impactful multi-frags in the mid-round here. Another half buy-in for Alter Ego. They just run the orbs. I mean, they're getting close to a lot of pretty big ults that they could definitely use to win this game.
Yeah. Steel Garden, Armageddon. Showstopper most especially. Here comes the smokes. Foxy has anticipated this. Bit of chip damage onto Nakia. The plant on top.
Yep. Not in the corner, so they don't have like precise lineups, but he has the showstopper off the back of that plant.
There it is. It's activated. Knows where that one drone came from. But Foxy has eyes on the prize, and Nakia still with the double kill. With the stinger, the stun to end his life. And now Niz, the Molly, unable to cross through that bridge, through that stairs, able to jump through. The utility all lines up. They're all on towards drop, but they have no sights of this. Salvo now second. He wants to stick it to at least half. And there's one more challenger left, and that's going to be KRX. And there you go. Sayu ends it all. And after such